All right, so today we're going to dive into a really fascinating piece of writing called The 17th Flesh. It's from the 20th century scholar Sayyid Nursi, and honestly, it's this super personal text. It's all about his profound spiritual journey, basically a battle happening right inside his own mind. He's trying to find real, lasting meaning in a world that he felt was just becoming more and more, well, temporary and materialistic.
And the text just kicks off with this incredibly powerful line where he's talking to himself. He's literally calling out his own heedless soul. You know, the part of him that's distracted, that's not paying attention. And that right there sets the whole tone. This isn't some dry academic paper. No, this is a raw, real internal fight to let go of all the temporary stuff and grab onto something eternal.
Okay, so to really get what he's going through, you have to understand this central conflict he's dealing with. He basically paints a picture of two versions of himself, the old Said and the new Said. The old Said, well, he was shaped by Western philosophy, which Nursi came to see as misguided. But the new Said, he's found this incredible spiritual clarity. It's all about his transformation, seeing the world through a whole new lens, the lens of the Quran. It's literally the story of a mind remaking itself from the inside out.
So, to lay this all out for us, he presents these two completely different paths, two totally separate ways of looking at life itself. And it's a stark choice, really. You've got a world of despair on one side and a world of purpose on the other. So first, let's talk about the path he's desperate to get away from. He actually calls it the road of a diseased philosophy. Strong words, right? But for him, it's a worldview that he argues can only ever lead to one place: total hopelessness and pain. And the picture he paints of this path is, well, it's bleak. He describes it as a world where there's just constant conflict. It's like a brutal free-for-all, where tyrants are always attacking the powerless, taking what they want, destroying everything. There's no higher justice, no one to step in. It's a vision of life as just one long, meaningless struggle to survive. So as you can imagine, living with that worldview has a huge emotional price. If you believe life is just this random, brutal fight, then what is the world, really? He says it becomes a place of universal mourning. The only sounds you hear are the roars of tyrants and the groans of the oppressed. It's like the soundtrack to your life is just suffering, with zero hope for anything better. Okay, so if your worldview is that bleak, how do you even get through the day? Well, Nursi argues that this philosophy offers only one flimsy solution: distraction. You know, fantasies of entertainment and amusement. It's all about just numbing your senses for a little while so you can forget, even for a moment, just how hopeless everything feels. But then, right when it seems completely hopeless, he offers this radical alternative. He builds a picture of a completely different reality, the path of purpose, the worldview offered by the Quran. So on this path, the world isn't some chaotic, lawless battlefield at all. Instead, it's this orderly kingdom patrolled by the soldiers of a just monarch. Life isn't a random struggle anymore. It's a tour of duty. Think about that. Every single person is like a soldier, given a specific, really meaningful mission to carry out. And this new perspective, man, it completely changes how you see death. It's no longer this terrifying end, this nothingness. Instead, he calls it a happy discharge. It's the moment when your tour of duty is over. You're a loyal soldier who gets to finally go home, to return to the court of the king you've been serving all this time. It's a celebration, not a tragedy. And this is where you really see the rubber meet the road. He contrasts the kind of person each worldview creates. On one hand, you've got the student of that diseased philosophy. He's described as a bully, an arrogant braggart who loves no one but himself. He's like an abject pharaoh. But on the other hand, you have the student of the Quran. This person is gentle but noble. They find happiness in the happiness of others. They're an esteemed servant, strong because they rely on God, not on their own fleeting power. Okay, so if life is this big tour of duty in a world full of purpose, what's the engine that drives you? How do you actually live that way? Well, the author boils it all down to one single, absolutely crucial quality: sincerity. And what he means by sincerity is actually pretty straightforward. It's all about your why. It means doing something purely because it's a divine command. Not for praise, not for status, not for some worldly reward, but only because you want to please the divine. That's it. That's the whole goal. And to make this idea really concrete, he gives us these amazing examples. You know when sincerity isn't there?
When you perform an act of worship, but you're really just hoping to get some worldly benefit out of it. But where do you see true sincerity? He says, look at a mother's love. She's ready to sacrifice her own life for her child, not expecting anything back. Or even a hen that will literally sacrifice its own head to save its chick from a dog. These actions aren't looking for a reward. They're just pure, selfless devotion. So when you really adopt this path of purpose, when you live with that kind of sincerity, it does more than just change what you do. It fundamentally remakes your whole world. Your entire perception of reality, and even of yourself, is completely transformed. And to explain this huge shift, he gives us this really powerful metaphor. Think of yourself, your heart, your identity, your very nature, as a mirror. Now, what does a mirror do? It doesn't create its own light, right? It just reflects the light of whatever is in front of it. In the same way, he argues, we don't create our own existence. We are a reflection of something else, an enduring, external, divine reality. And this simple idea leads to this incredible sense of liberation. I mean, think about it. If you are just the mirror, why are you so worried about the mirror breaking? Your focus, your love, your hope for something permanent, it shouldn't be for the fragile, temporary mirror. It should be for the enduring reality it reflects. And this is where he has this powerful cry, "O enduring one, you alone are enduring." He realizes that because that divine reality exists and is permanent, all the things that threaten us, like transience and non-existence, they become unimportant. The fear just melts away. So, in the end, this whole text isn't just a story about him. It leaves us with this really profound and personal question. It kind of forces you to look at your own life and ask, if my life is a mirror, what reality am I choosing to reflect?